won't ever change anything about this track. We love its personality, and the 2011 World Sports Car season is gone with Peugeot leading them through. Frank Montani ahead of Mike Rockefeller. Alan McNish coming through straight away down the inside as he said he would to us and goes straight up into second place. Rockefeller slightly held up there by his slightly more senior teammate, but it's a Peugeot of Montani that gets away. Alan McNish told us yesterday, I want this to be like Le Mans. I want to get among the Peugeots early on, and he's doing just that.
I think that was very well orchestrated by Audi there. I'm sure that Rockefeller knew that McNish was going to make that move down the inside. Rockefeller gave him some room, and then he defended the inside line going into turn 2 just to make sure that the Audis would be second and third. But look at this, the Peugeot trying to dive around the outside move, and he gets past Mike Rockefeller. Fabulous move there by Alex Wurz.
Yeah, Alex taking no prisoners either. Ironically, Alex and Alan living close together in Monaco. Very good friends out there, and I know that Julia and Kelly are tuned in on ESPN3.com and watching their respective husbands battle it out. Wonder what the atmosphere is like there, just as they're watching the battle at the head of the field for second and third position. Mike Rockefeller in fourth place, and Mike Rockefeller really repaying the trust that Audi showed in him. Remember that horrible accident that he had in his first lap out at Le Mans a few years ago, but he's come back, he's paid back Dr. Wolfgang Ulrich and basically said thanks very much. He's now a Le Mans winner. Now further back down the field, the American Le Mans Series reigning champions are Highcroft Racing. They've got a very new car. We've got a battle for second place coming down the Ullman Straight. Looks like McNish is having to defend on the right hand side of the circuit. Oh, the Peugeot doesn't have the horsepower.
No, that was interesting, wasn't it? We've got the 2010 Audi there with its restricted 5.5 litre engine against the brand new 3.7 litre turbocharged still Peugeot. And the Peugeot, they were very evenly matched on the straight, but this time the Peugeot got a great run out to turn 17 and they're able to make the move down on the inside of Alan McNish into turn 1, and that is not what Alan McNish wanted to happen in his early stages of this motor race.
Don't forget the Peugeot running under the new regulations. That means the Audi has got a smaller restrictor, the engine can't breathe as well, that big 5.5 litre V12 diesel, and they've got a smaller fuel tank.
Yeah, they've lost about 150 horsepower compared to last year. The Woodard Racing organisation, Daniel Woodard, who is the owner of that car, well, he's actually leased the car, in fact, that Johnny Mollum is driving now. And they've had all sorts of problems with that car during the week. It was leased from Oreca in France. It was supposed to be race ready. It most assuredly was not. And so Hugh Chapman's guys have had to work extremely hard to get it onto this racetrack and running competitively. But interesting that they should choose not to make a pit stop during that early caution period.
But they're going to be eaten up by the diesels, the 8 of Peugeot and the 2 of Alan McNish and Audi. And these are really the guys who are battling for the lead, because they should be able to have the pace. So McNish comes around the outside, tries to make it 3 wide. Surely that can't be done. McNish defying the laws of physics, and a big slide from Frank Montani in the Peugeot as he tries to get the power on. And oh, there's a touch, a big contact. It's knocked the camera slightly skew with, and we put that straight for our views on ESPN3.com. But McNish had a good look in the right-hand rear view mirror there to see if there was anything coming up on it, and he's right, because he's got the second Peugeot of Alexander Wurz, who's got past Mike Rockefeller after the restart. Rocky just sitting in there in fourth position. So once again, as they come down to the final corner, it looks like McNish flashing his lights is going to lose second place. Oh, he almost turns in on the second of the Peugeots as Wurz goes back through again, but McNish cuts back tight using the 2 old cars as a bit of a pick or a screen in basketball terminology as they go across the line to complete lap number 20 here at Sebring. And somebody's got to tell these guys we haven't done an hour yet, Jeremy Shaw.
Yeah, this is awfully tight out there, and some bit of a defensive driving going down into turn 2 by Alex Wurz. This is uncompromising driving by these guys up at the front of the field, and as you said, John, they've got to take it careful. You can't afford to have any contact in these cars. It's very easy to damage those little winglets on the front of the car. I think Alan McNish was pretty lucky to get away with that. I think he was sticking his nose really where it didn't really deserve to be on that last lap.
Look to the left-hand side of the picture here. That's been picked up like a kite. And look at the white one there in the left-hand side of the picture.
Yeah,
that's just like a little twister.
Mini tornado.
Yeah, a little micro burst is the technical term.
Yep.
I have to say I didn't know that, but the talent in the truck did. Thank you, Mr. Roller. Is Mike Rockenfeller in the Audi. He's got a left rear puncture, and there's damage to the rear bodywork as well. Car that was in fourth position, he'll have given that up to David Brabham already. He's coming down the back straight, I think now, so not too far to go. Looking left rear view mirror to see the carcass of the sport of the
left rear tyre, which is down. The left rear tyre. Take a look at the engine cover when he comes in.
That's Lena, his race engineer, who is talking to him. Oh yes, the car. Oh, slow down, Rocky, slow down.
A lot of damage.
Caution. Full course caution is going to have to come out because he sheds the carcass right in the middle of turn number 17. 58 minutes and 48 seconds, and one of the real challenges for the first round of the ILMC. 11 is in the pit lane in problems, and that's more than just changing a tyre, Jeremy.
It is. It's tore up the bodywork on that left rear corner on that car, and who knows if it's done any other damage as well. So that's a grave misfortune there for Mike Rockenfeller.
And Jamie Howard is in the Audi pit. Look,
and I think you'll see the car
he's just bounced into
bouncing.
him.
Yep.
He's bounced into him. That's nobody's fault, really nobody's fault.
Right.
I'm sure Magnussen will be unhappy with Pat, but you can't blame Pat Long there. But look at the impact that Johannes van Overbeek got. The tyres did their job and absorbed some of the energy. That was a heck of an impact, and it's kind of one of those things going to have to hit it on board there with Patrick Long. Look at them, they're going side by side into the corner here. It was certainly Magnussen led into the corner. You know, could he have left Patrick Long a little bit more room? Yes. Did Patrick Long need to try and dive back down again the apex of the corner? Possibly not. So I think there's certainly some blame to be apportioned both ways there. But if I had to place the blame more on one than the other, I'd have to say Patrick perhaps should have given up that position. I mean, Magnussen had a better line into the corner from an outside line, and it is. We know it's rough down there. Look at that. The wheel come off, I think that was how
ESM Ferrari.
The stand by, and that is Mark Genet taking Dindo Capello out of the race.
Right rear zero, box this lap, box this lap.
Well, Jeremy Shaw has a very, very big frown on his face and a furrowed brow there. Genet looks like he's gotten away with that relatively unscathed. There's a right rear puncture to Dindo Capello, and you already heard the Audi team being told what they were expecting. The number that he called out was for parts for the right rear. They have a code. They have a code as to what they think they might need when things are coming on, and they go to a particular part of the pit box to get those. There is the Michelin tyre carcass that was ripped away from the rim.
You know, what's interesting is how we've seen these. Wow.
Oh, the Peugeot hasn't got off.
We haven't seen these tyre problems. You know, yes, there's contact, but we don't normally see tyres coming apart like we're seeing today, John. Yeah, very hot out there, of course. Now it's scrambled down in the Peugeot pit and scrambled down in the Audi pit as well. Be interesting to see what Bo Barfield, our race director, makes of that. Dindo seemed to give way and pull out and think he had room. Let's go down to Rick de Bruyne. Rick?
Yeah, first they put the fuel in, now they're going to go ahead and change the tire. The question is whether there was any other damage. At this point in time, they have not seen anything that appears to see like they're looking towards any other bigger problems. It was just the flat tire on the right front. They're looking along now. On the right rear, they're tearing away some of the bodywork. They're looking at some of the issues in the right rear. But they're going to send him back out. Meanwhile, the Peugeot had also come in. I think he had a flat tire as well. And now it looks like he has gone behind the wall, so the Audi gets back out while the Peugeot had to go behind the wall. And he broke the speed limit on the way in as well, did Mark Genet, so he's going to get pinged.
Yeah, but why's he got behind?
No, he's got stuck. He's asking. He's
can't make
asking,
that turn, can he?
Yeah, and he's asking his team in French for directions. Has
he broken a steering arm, perhaps?
I think he might have, Jeremy. I think that's a very good pick-up there. Let's have a look at that front. Oh, yes, look at the angle of the front rim. It should be flat or cambered out. And it's cambered back in. Go straight to the tent.
Wow.
And he's going to get pinged at least for a stop-goal penalty for his pit lane infraction once he's come back out again, at least. Jeremy, talk us through this coming into the braking area. Dindo goes defensive early on, that's fine for now.
Absolutely right, and Mark Genet there makes a good, he gets to the inside, he lunges down the inside here, and at that point in the road you've got to kind of turn in. I think Genet there tried to get out of it, didn't he? And then the car got a little bit sideways, he overcorrected, and that's when he took out the Audi of Christensen. So Genet was trying to do the right thing, but he made that decision too late, and I think that was definitely, yeah, it was.
Well, if you're going to call
an avoidable accident, I don't know.
Yes. If you're going to call Pat Long's an avoidable accident, that's an avoidable accident. He didn't need to be there. He needs to come out. Watch. Here's Dindo.
Ooh, you can hear that
thud.
Yeah, it's quite an impact between those two, and that was as a result of.
Pedro Lamy, was it just a mistake on cold tyres? He's on his own there, coming into turn 3. Bump, bump, bump. Let's get on the power now, Pedro. Oh, yes, it was. Oh, and he's flat. He may well have flat spotted that new set of Michelins. He's sideways and locked up for a very, very long time there. That is a very uncharacteristic about Peugeot. This race is the first of the 2011 ELMS and the ILMC. And it's going to be a Peugeot that wins, but not perhaps the Peugeot that the script writers might have thought, particularly from France. Hugh de Chaunac, single-seater, racing through the ages. GT wins here. GT wins at Le Mans. But this is the first big outright race. He's in tears on the pit wall, and he is rightly proud of what he's achieved today. This is one of the older cars beating the odds. The ACO have done it again. They've managed to get the sums right. They've done it more times right than wrong. Loic Duval goes ballistic as we have our first win of the season. Bravo, mon brave. Fantastic scenes.
Thoroughly well deserved.
Nothing streaky about that at all. In GT, it's been a battle against adversity for Bobby Rahal's BMW Motorsport squad, with Joey Hahn taking it.
24 hours and the Sebring 12 hours in 2 months. That's not bad.
It's not bad at all.
And there goes Simon Pagenaud across the line. 31 seconds the deficit after 12 hours. Fantastic.
Yeah, pulled it back in the last few laps as Loic Duval eased his pace. There is the battered but victorious 56 car. There is a veritable scrum by Hugh de Chaunac. There's a lot of Frenchmen there who are going to have a very big hangover tomorrow. The checkered flag is out. The fireworks are on the way. We have our winners in class. Duval, Ryan Hunter-Reay, Cameron, Joey Hahn and Damien Faulkner wins in GTC. The Mobil won 12 hours of Sebring presented.